What's up, guys? So today I'm talking about the PBL. If you don't know what the PBL is, it's basically something we've organised, kind of like the GBA, and I'm doing it as the coach of the British blazikens. Now, of course, if you don't know, we've already drafted, and I think I've had a good draft. I would say I need to think about how I'm organising my team. But anyway, let's get on to it. So basically, I drafted Charles Alex as my mega, which I think is decent. It's not my first choice. I originally wanted Mega Saberline, but I chose Charles Alex because you can set up fire types to just bay, and obviously having the extra dragon type is pretty good. Also then chose Dragonite because it's bulky, you can make it a sweeper, so I'm quite excited to use it. The next one is Escavalier. I know it's an IU and all that, but I think Escavalier, it's only got one weakness, so it means I've got a lot of resistances, and it's a shame I didn't get Saberline because I really thought I had a really decent comp between Escavalier and having Mega Saberline would have been good, and plus a normal type, it would have been, especially a normal type with Fit Fat, it would have been a really good core. So it's a shame I didn't get him. Next on my list is Togekiss. I thought Togekiss was a really strong pick because of course of the OP Air Slash King's Rock combo, and Serene Grace OP as, and literally I'm so glad I pulled Togekiss because it's so versatile, and you can make it bulky, you can make it speedy, you can make it full out attack. It's brilliant. Next one is Metagross. Metagross is, of course, don't need to say much more, really strong, can set up, can be a bulky wall if I need it to be. Few weaknesses, Ghost and Dark, I don't see being too popular with everyone else. I mean, like, so yeah. Jellicent was my next pick. Chose Jellicent because I've used him before in 6v6 battles, and I felt Cursed Body was just OP. Like, when you got that one, like that chance just to disable someone's move from its ability, it was so critical. And also, I got it because of Water Absorb as well. So, for example, I've got one notable weakness to water types with Charizard, and to think about it, and one of my last Pokemon who's a ground type. So just to be able to have that switch in if I need to get the Water Absorb and to get health back, I feel that it's good. And also Jellicent's strong special wall, so strong. I think it's really good, and I could also stick Assault Vest on there as well because it has so many different moves like Ice Beam, obviously water, like Scald, Surf, Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, Psychic. It has so many, and I could put Assault Vest on it. I could do whatever I want. Scrafty was my next pick. I felt like at this point I needed a fighting type because there's going to be normal types being used, and Scrafty has Moxie and Intimidate, so it would be good to mix and match between those two. It's also really physically and specially defensive. I know its HP's low, but similar to my next mon, I feel like that could be really helpful just to bring him in. Maybe I can run defensive, I can run attackive, I can run different things with Scrafty. Next one is Rotom-Mow. Now, I looked at my team at this point and thought, right, I need someone to deal with the water and flying types, and also ground, and obviously electric for the water and flying was really good, but I needed grass coverage as well, and especially if you have a water ground type like Swampert or Gastrodon, which I wanted Swampert and Gastrodon, but they both got taken before I could pick them. So I thought, right, to have Rotom-Mow, able to switch in, have levitate, take an earthquake, and then leaf storm with the white herb would just be so fantastic. Of course, people are going to be able to predict that, so I may have to think about other things as well, which obviously I've got to consider. Next one is Weavile. Now, I'd had to choose Weavile because, well, to be honest, I wanted Infernate, but he had gone early on, and I thought I needed an ice type. I wanted Ice Stab because Dragon's just so popular in OP. So I chose Weavile because it's the fastest dark, well, joint fastest dark and fastest ice type. Really strong. You can put adamant on it, jolly. Again, it's not bulky, unlike a lot of my team is. A lot of my team will be able to take hits, and especially resisted hits. It'll be good. But I had to spend big there, and I had to make sure I got Weavile, because I genuinely think, especially in the GBA at the moment, if you're watching that slightly more known series to what the PBL is going to be, you can see that Weavile has been absolutely fundamental to, I think, is it the Milwaukee Source Bucks have got it? I don't know who's got it at the moment, but as you can see, it's number one at the moment, so that's why I wanted Weavile. Also, Fake Out. I wanted a Fake Out user as well, even though I've got that in Scrafty, but Scrafty I have other plans for. Next one is quite a weird one. I've always wanted to use him in 6-on-6 because I reckon he's better than people probably think he is, and that is Licky Licky. Now Licky Licky is a normal type, of course, so I've got a resistance to Ghost, which is good for Jellicent. So if I have Jellicent and Licky Licky as a core, I can just switch between the two and free switch in if I predict a Ghost type move. Licky Licky can work specially as well as physically, so I could stick things like Thunderbolt to surprise someone. I can run a slower set to catch people off guard. I've definitely got a really good idea for certain members of this team, which I'm not going to say for reasons I don't want people to be able to predict me for, in case they watch this video at some point. But I just think Licky Licky, also really good Power Whip as well, can use Toxic, and also its ability Cloud 9 I think will be good to just make sure weather isn't having too much of an effect if someone's using Swift Swim. I believe I'm correct on that, I believe. Also Oblivious might be helpful to avoid taunt, so if I use Toxic, no one can taunt me. And so on to my last one, Crocodile, another dark type. I was a bit worried I bought myself another dark type because it means another fairy weakness, which I've already got in Scrafty, Weavile, and Dragonite, which was a bit of a problem for me. I'm a bit concerned about that, but then I have got a Scavalier, Steel type, Metagross to be able to deal with the fairies. So anyway, I chose Crocodile because I definitely wanted Ground Stab. And I wanted another Intimidate user. And even though both my Intimidators are fairy, most fairy types, I think I'm going to see our special. I think I will see Azumarill, but for Azumarill I have it covered because I believe, I don't know what I'm going to do with Azumarill, to be honest. I'll probably just have Rotom Mow being able to take hits and bam. But anyhow, Crocodile, obviously Intimidate, Moxie, and Anger Point. Anger Point could be interesting if I see, I don't think anyone's picked up Kingdra, but obviously I wouldn't want to bring Crocodile on a Kingdra because it would just get open, because Crocodile is one of those ones who are just completely frail. But a Choice Scarf on him might catch someone off guard, might, and that's why I picked him, because he's fairly speedy, and I think an Earthquake just could kill someone. But anyhow, that is my entire team. I hope you go and follow me on Twitter, because I'll be posting things up on there. I'm at Charing Blaze, which is kind of like my YouTube channel, but without the red, it's Blaze instead. Also go and follow the Twitter account for